Game 3 on the day 2 of the 2019 3C2A Basketball Championships. We're live from Ventura, and it's Ventura hosting the number 1 seed from the north, Diablo Valley, and the Vikings with only 1 loss on the season, primed for a long run here at the State 8.
Well, this is a great matchup. There are 2 coaches that didn't think that their teams would be here. Ramondo lost, Coach Vaughn lost all 5 starters off of a team that lost right before the Elite 8 last season, and he would be happy with 500. Coach Mercedes, he lost, I think, 3 starters to injuries, to season-ending injuries, so he didn't think he'd be here either. And talk about teams that have just dominated, and Ventura has just gotten better over the season. So what a great matchup, and what a great story for both teams.
Yeah, if there's one team here that does not have the excuse, we've never seen this gym before, and we have to get used to it. There should be one team that should not struggle with the surroundings, perhaps a small advantage there, in all seriousness, for the Pirates, obviously, in playing at home, a little bit less prone to maybe some of the early jitters that we have seen. So an opportunity, perhaps, for Ned Mercedic's team as well.
Well, Ned Mercedes, this is a team that likes to control the tempo, and they're going to need to do exactly that. Contrasting styles here, because the DVC, they want to get up and down, and they are led in scoring by Janae Anderson. And to give you an idea of what Janae Anderson wants to do, she wants to shoot it from deep. She averages over 12 threes attempted on the season per game. She has set a record in the 3C2A with 153 made on the year. That's about 20 shy of the JUCO record, and she has to be located quickly. Every time down, you cannot have any lapses in defense, because she's going to bury it on you. And guess what? Even if you picked her up, she might still bury it on you. So obviously a big focal point. They have 5 players really, that average in double figures. In Diablo Valley, they can put the ball in the bucket. Ventura's going to have to play lights out to advance past the 1 seed from the north.
Yeah, one stat to keep in mind that's going to be absolutely critical for the Pirates. Diablo Valley out-rebounded by nearly 6 rebounds a game on the season. The Pirates, one of the better rebounding teams on the year, in the top 20 in rebound differential. The Pirates absolutely cannot give up second chance points here. You can't give Diablo Valley more than 1 bite at the apple on a possession.
Absolutely. Everyone's talking about the fact that people molded their games after, Mount Sac molded their game after what Ned Mercedes and his early Ventura teams did. He spoke about that last night at the banquet honoring Laura Beeman going to the Hall of Fame. It's great to have him back. It's great to be at Ventura. I can't think of a better setting for college women's basketball, for community college women's basketball.
And how good is Diablo Valley? Look, they just beat, over the course of the season, they've beaten San Joaquin Delta, who was incredibly impressive in the previous game to this, with a dominant performance. They're in the semifinals. They've beaten them twice on the year, handily, and probably the best competition that they face this year. One chink in the armor to think about if you're Diablo Valley. Not a lot of close games this year, a lot of blowouts. The only close games really came versus San Joaquin Delta, but they beat a very good squad twice, only 1 loss in the season. That came to Sierra, and the winner of this one gets a spot in the Final Four tomorrow. We'll find out in just a couple minutes. The start of Ventura and Diablo Valley. The 3C2A Basketball Championships continue here on SoCal College Sports. participated with you here on today's coverage, day 2 of the 2019 3C2A Basketball Championships. Happy you've joined us, everybody. Spread the word, www.socalcollegesports.com. Also on YouTube, SoCal College Sports 1. I know Will Cowan's watching, longtime athletic director now at Florida State. Commented on my tie. Don't know if it was sarcastic or not in the pregame, but I'll ask him later.
It looks good.
He'll let me know.
All those years at the school and no comment on my tie.
Starting off feeling shortchanged, jumping it up, and here we go. Remember, Janae Anderson, number 30 for DVC, the player of note. She has it right now, fires from 3, and right on cue, that one tapped out of bounds. That one off of Leilani Moncrief. It goes to Ventura. CC Quintino on the dribble right now for the Pirates, along with Madison Sejanovic. Entry inside, tapped out of bounds by Moncrief. Victoria Maciel. Taufasal, Talia. Either an earring or a contact falling out here. Looks like Emma Larson gonna have to check into the ball game quickly here. Ladisha Merriweather to jump the tap for Ventura on the floor right now for the Pirates. Get the starting 5 for you from Diablo Valley. Shortly, the Vikings. No score early. Taufasal has her shot short. Rebound off to Emma Larson. Larson wins another possession for the Pirates. Taufasal, Talia on the dribble at the top of the key. Abdelkader defending. It's a steal by Moncrief. Moncrief, Sierra Smith, Zaria Hendricks. We have a travel going to go against Hendricks. It's Daisha Abdelkader, Leilani Moncrief, Janae Anderson, Sierra Smith, and Zaria Hendricks, the starting 5 for the Vikings. No score here early. It's Ventura in Ventura. That one off of Larson. So it's a turnover. That's great active hands from Zaria Hendricks. Nice job there, boys. Emery Johnson, Ryan Wilmore in the broadcast booth. That's going to be ruled a foul. That's a tough call. Going to go against Larson. Looked like Sierra Smith had maybe just lost her footing.
No rhythm to the game yet. It's going to be interesting to see who strikes first.
Yep.
And what kind of pace they set.
They enter in. This is Hendricks finding Sierra Smith from deep. That one off the mark. Rebound won by Moncrief. Got to get out on Anderson. Janae 0 for 2 from deep to start the game. Well, she's a volume 3-point shooter, and she shoots it plus 40% on the year.
She leads the country in 3-point made. So you know it's going up.
She's looking for a national record. She's 1 for 3 and striking first blood. Not a shocker, Janae Anderson from deep. Quick foul by Abdelkader. Talia Taufasal.
Something about Janae Anderson. She's an Archbishop Mitty kid. And just because she wanted to be at Diablo Valley, she drives an hour each way to practice. Yeah.
Great feed inside. And Ladisha Merriweather will be rewarded.
That's some strength inside right there.
Great job by Quintino. First free throw short. Merriweather short-changing it a bit. Merriweather on the season, 50% from the stripe. averaging over 6 a game. Second one is good. The numbers hold. It's 3-1. Ventura's on the board, trailing by 2. Hendricks on the dribble. Hand off to Sierra Smith. Working one-on-one with Quintino. Great spin move inside. Can't finish. Merriweather with a rebound. Quintino on the dribble. She dribbled off of her foot. Ventura gets a favorable call early. Taufasal will bring it into Merriweather. Gets it back. Near side wing, 18 on the shot clock. Taufasal, one of the leading scorers for Ventura. We see it right there. A crafty player, a lefty. Can't get that one to go. That pass is off the mark. Finds its way into the hand of Abdelkader. Daisha over to Hendricks. Hendrick will fire from 3 in transition. No. Gets her own rebound, flies in. And we're going to have a stoppage in play. I don't believe that shot hit the rim, so they're going to make sure that the shot clock does not reset. They'll get it back down to 21 seconds. It's a good job by the referees. Referees are Sharae Mitchell, Amanda Weber, Devon Bregier. Head coach from Mount Sac, Brian Critchlow in the booth. Saying hi to Marcia. Anderson again. Can't lose her.
No way.
Victoria Maciel, who had just checked into the ball game, a little late on that assignment. Hendricks forcing Larson to the floor. They need to get this past the 10-second line, and they don't. I thought the ball was in the air.
I think it has to be touched on the other side.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's a turnover, and Ventura down by 5 early. And still really no offensive flow for either team. But it's a couple of triples. Not a shocker from Janae Anderson. Points on the board right now for the Vikings. Another one, no. Sierra Smith looking against Larson. Over to Hendricks. Hendricks, one-on-one. Puts her head down, gets to the rack. Scoop shot up and good. Saria Hendricks. It's a steal. Wow. So that goes off of Quintino. And Quintino had it go off of Sierra Smith. And we'll have a reversal here. Good call. Nice job, boys, on the replay. Maciel gets it over. This is
nice
Quintino.
pass.
Great look inside. Larson from CC. A freshman leading team for the Pirates. Marcia, you talked about it in the pregame. Hendricks tries to get one on the rim. That one no good. Merriweather snatches that away. Hendricks commits the foul. It's a lively crowd here in Ventura.
Definitely.
And what kind of a factor will that play here, Marcia?
Well, it'll give them energy, right? It'll give them energy. You heard on that last bucket, that was a great find by CC. The crowd's just going to give them that needed energy because Diablo Valley is tough.
Hostile crowd here at Diablo Valley. This is going to be a moving pick on Merriweather. Well, we talked about a lot about that yesterday, Marcia, about the moving pick. And you have to really stay home, and Merriweather leaving a little early there to roll to the basket. That's been getting called with pretty good consistency.
Right, it's been a point of emphasis, and you've noticed, and it started in the guys' game, a lot of guys set screens with their hands up in the air now, right, to show, like, I'm here, I'm not moving.
Abdelkader turning the corner, gets a scoop shot up. It's off of Daisha, out of bounds, and back to Ventura it will go.
Ventura's got to get a bucket here. Need to.
Full court pressure from DVC. Taufasal off to the races, working against Daisha Abdelkader. That shot is blocked by Moncrief. Abdelkader. Crossover to her right. Taufasal off to Anderson, and Anderson 2 for 5.
She has got the green light, right? And there's some confidence having a green light, right?
Crossover, Quintino. That's either a jump ball or it's out of bounds off of Smith. Great job by Sierra Smith, giving all ball there. It's off of her and out of bounds. Taufasal will bring it in, baseline out of bounds. Set play, they're trying to look for Quintino. Instead, Larson comes available. Puts it back to Talia. 5'7" freshman guard from Santa Clarita. Taufasal with a bit of an angle. She's backing her way down. Left-handed shot up and good. Well, Marcy, you talked about the old woman game we saw from Braxton in the San Joaquin Delta game. We see it right there from the 5'7" freshman.
And she needed to get to her left hand. She's got her shot blocked a couple times, driving to the right, shooting with the left. So that was a solid move.
Vikings score again, 10-5. Shot up and good by Quintino. That's one heck of a finish in traffic with the right hand.
And she's a kid. She started out at Santa Barbara. Got hurt. A Vegas kid, actually. Got hurt and ended up coming to Ventura. What a great get for Ventura.
Jasmine Kong has checked into the ball game. Smith from the elbow. That's off the mark. Quintino in transition. Over to Larson. Larson can't handle that pass cleanly. Looking for Merriweather in the mid-post. They can't get it to her. Back to Quintino. CC turns a corner. Defense is there. Merriweather rolling to the basket. She's fouled. That's great action. Two-man game from Ventura.
CC is one of the best point guards I've seen operating at the high post like that. Her reads when she takes it to the basket, when she pulls up, when she passes it, she just makes great decisions from there.
We just saw longtime head coach Ned Mercenik for Ventura College. It's a foul down low, and this is 2 in a row on Jasmine Kong. Well, is that going to be Jasmine's third? $15 foul already on the Vikings, so 2 shots. First free throw up and good from Madison Sejanovic, excuse me. The lead is cut to 1 for DVC. Hendricks will check back in. 10-9, 3:47 to go. We're in the first quarter. Game 3 on day 2 of the 2019 3C2A Basketball Championships. Live from Ventura. And the Pirates looking to spring an upset here on day 1. State 8. Have a foul call. This is going to go against Daria Hendricks off of the ball. Nice job by Sejanovic. See it there. A savvy play there from Sejanovic. Quintino will bring it up. Right into her own player. Gets a screen, gets to her spot, and scores it. And the Vikings relinquish the lead at 11-10. Hendricks finds Moncrief in the short corner. Moncrief may be fouled, didn't get the call. It's an air ball. Taufasal back to Quintino. And this pace definitely favoring the Falcons, or the Pirates here, excuse me. Quintino fouled at the free throw line. She's going to the line for 2.
This is our first half-court action game that we've had.
Yeah, it's been up and down pretty much all day.
Yeah.
Quintino averaging about 17 points a game on the season. misses on the first. .75% on the year, makes the second. Ventura up by 2, under 3 to go in the first quarter. Abdelkader. You just can't lose Anderson, but Anderson a little cold here in the first corner from deep. It's a good find, a good idea, but the pass, the lane just not there. Looking for Falandi. Hendricks, charge.
A great job getting back.
Is that Tal for Sal? Talia steps in. Let's watch this again here. That's great transition defense. Talia just gets back. She gets to the spot. And Hendricks bullying through.
She's outside of the restricted area.
And for Hendricks, that's her 3rd foul here in the first quarter.
Took a lot of guts to stand in there and take that charge.
Really did.
Sure.
It's like a Fiat up against a pickup truck, for sure. Quintino from 3. Quick on the trigger. Rebounded by Sejinovic. Philander wins another possession here. Ooh, Maciel thought about it from 3. Instead kicks it back to Quintino. Looking off the defense. This is Larissa Russell. Russell back to Quintino. Inside. Quick pass. Russell from 3. Yes, and 1! 4-point play opportunity for Larissa Russell.
That's great vision by Quintino. Her inside pass led to the outside pass. That was outstanding.
Look at the play develop, though. You get the pass in the short corner to Sejinovic, and Sejinovic with the presence of mind to kick back out to the shooter Russell. And the defense late to react for DVC, and we have a timeout on the floor. It's a 5-point lead for Ventura. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. You are watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships from Ventura. Russell looking to convert on a 4-point play opportunity. She does exactly that. The assist from Madison Sejanovic. And speaking of the Sejanovic family, Lou Sejanovic is a legend in Ventura County and grandfather of Madison, recently passed away, 2nd winningest high school boys coach in California history at Santa Clara. That note from Will Cowan. Thank you, Will.
That basket by Kong breaks a long run, long scoreless drought for Diablo Valley. I believe it was a 12-0 run for Ventura.
And they haven't seen a lot of those this year. Madison enters in at the high post to Quintino. Taufasau with the left hand, looking for the roll on the rim. Can't get it to go. Anderson brings it up. Kicks it back. Moncrief to the rack, can't get it to go. And Falandi with the rebound. She's done a nice job on the boards for Ventura. Under a minute to go, Ventura with a 4-point lead on top of the 1 seed from the north. Talia Taufasau being guarded closely by Daisha Abdelkader. Tino thought about a long three. Instead, she pulls up and has that shot blocked with emphasis by Amani McCrary. I checked that was Moncrief on the block. She has it at the top of the key, nearly traveled. I thought it was. Instead, she pulls up and hits from 15. 4-0 run here for the Vikings. A mini run gets it to a 2-point deficit. Ventura with possession, and the shot clock turned off at the end of the first quarter. Catino inside. That ball stolen from Philander, excuse me. Seven seconds to go. We're at the end of the first quarter.
It's been the Leilani Moncrief show the last about 40 seconds here.
Really
a couple
has.
of blocks and a big shot from the elbow to help break this run by the Pirates.
Sierra Smith gets a screen from Moncrief at the elbow, pulls up, that shot off the mark. It's rebounded by Sijanovic. And at the end of one, Ventura with a 2-point lead on top of Diablo Valley. Russell. Tino inside. That's pretty basketball.
Yeah,
nice feed
pass
from Ladisha Merriweather. And Tino now with 7 points. Larissa Russell was with 4. Talia Taufas out with 2. Madison Sijanovic with 2. And Emma Larson with 2. Janae Anderson leading the way for Diablo Valley. 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. Abdelkader will fire from deep. That one off the mark. Tino with a rebound. Talia Taufas will slow the pace. Has it far side. Marcial Sijanovic, short corner. Sijanovic gets it back. Up to Taufas, driving the lane, kicks it back. Oh, that's great pivot work. And Moncrief with another block. 3 on the clock. You have to get a shot up. Taufas gets one up. It's an air ball. It's a shot clock violation and a terrific defensive stand by Diablo Valley.
Great defense, great man-to-man defense.
Anybody watching? Have any friends and family want to watch? CCCAA sports.org. There's a Tournament Central website. Also on our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. On YouTube, our channel, SoCal College Sports 1.
So 12 McCrary that's in has had such an interesting journey. She got stuck with the freshman eligibility rule and was ineligible but stayed. Tore ACL, came back, tore ACL again, and stayed. Coach said she's nowhere near the player that she was before, but she's the best teammate. She's a hard worker. It's just a testament to a kid's will to to want to come back and to want to be a part of the team. So great job by her.
I mean, the perseverance after coming back from an ACL tear, that's a terrible injury to have to come back from, and you see it so often. It's a credit to these kids that are able to come back from such a horrific injury. And they're different degrees. You know, an ACL tear, did you tear a meniscus? Did you tear an MCL? There's so many moving parts in the knee, and a lot of work goes into coming back and getting back to form.
And she was a starting point
guard.
guard.
From 3. Victoria
Nice
with
shot.
the triple.
McCrary was the starting point guard for the 15-16 team, so it's been a journey.
Moncrief from 3, and McCrary with the rebound, can't get the roll. Including Janae Anderson, I get the feeling that DVC is pressing from beyond the arc. Maciel, another one, that one off the back iron and beyond the backboard. Out of bounds, but Marsha, do you get the feeling that DVC is pressing a little bit?
Well, they are. They feel the pressure coming in. I mean, they have 1 loss on the season, right? They have 4 All-State players, 2 first-team All-Staters. Abdelkader. Hendricks is the player of the year in the North.
Yeah.
Janae Anderson, second team. And Moncrief is third team.
Moncrief with the turnaround jumper.
So there's a lot of pressure when you're that good.
A lot of pressure in a bad situation. Rosaria Hendricks on the bench right now with 3 fouls, and I don't know if you'll see her here in the second quarter. I think it's going to be dependent on where the score's at.
Nice
It gets out ahead. That's a great pass in transition. Abdelkader can't finish. Maciel tracks down a rebound. Victoria off to Talia. Taufasau. Under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And this pace certainly.
Stejanovic from 3. Went glass first. I don't know if she called it. Got to Abdelkader for DVC. Moncrief from 17 feet. That's good. Well, Jeffrey, you talked about it's been the Leilani Moncrief show for much of the past 4 minutes, defensively and offensively.
Well, that's a great job by one of the leaders on your team. When you're facing adversity, you got to know those situations and step up when your team needs it. And that's exactly what we're seeing from Moncrief.
Gets a lead for Ventura down to 1. See if the Pirates can respond here. Moncrief now with 8 points and 4 rebounds. Maciel along 2. She's been able to dial it up from distance. Sierra Smith on the dribble. Setting up a play here. Are they just going to go ISO base 1-4? No. Smith with the crossover on Stejanovic. She's fouled. That's a tough cover for Maddie.
But I think no matter what the matchup that Ventura faces, they're going to play man-to-man defense.
Yeah.
Really do like the last couple of possessions for Diablo Valley. It is so important when you're struggling from outside to remember to get the ball inside a couple of times down. Let that start to free things up. And it's amazing how the outside shots can start coming around if you're able to do that.
Sierra Smith, best free throw shooter on the team on the season, over 80%. She knocks down both. It's back to a 1-point lead for Ventura. 23-22. High post entry.
It's great inside out.
Quintino. She got the pass from Robin Prince, and Prince an interesting story. Marcia, I know you'll touch on that in just a bit. McCrary off on the layup one more time. Quintino in transition. She'll slow things down. She's going to be fouled. Oh, over and back. I don't know if she had dribbled in past the line. No, she hadn't dribbled past the line, and Coach Merced can't believe he called. That's a great job on replay. the body had gotten into the front court, but the ball had not passed the midcourt line. But the ball will go to DVC. Moncrief with the turnaround, and the Vikings back with the lead at 24-23. Leilani Moncrief leads all scorers. She's in double figures with 10. Quintino wide open three in the corner. And the lead is short-lived for the Vikings. The Pirates back on top, 26-24. Back and forth we go. Sierra Smith, it's a charge. That's a tough call.
That's a tough call.
Because I thought Larson was underneath in the restricted area. I wonder if we could see that. Sierra Smith with a head of steam. Larson gets outside of the restricted area. That's a great job
She's there.
of getting to the spot. Nice job, boys. Ventura back with possession. Talia Taupasau on the dribble. Guarded by Abdel Kader. Taupasau picks up her dribble, finds Victoria Maciel. Quintino gets a screen, kicks out. It's a steal for Abdel Kader. One-on-one with Taupasau. Abdel Kader and one.
Nice finish.
That's a terrific finish by Daisha Abdel Kader. She has 4 points, can make it 5 with a made free throw and give the Vikings back the lead. With both teams with their hands full in this one. Free throw off the mark. Moncrief comes in for the rebound. Taps it out of bounds. It'll go back to Ventura. And we're tied up at 26. Well, this is a team in DVC. They've only dropped one game on the year, and that came to Sierra. And Sierra, that was a game where everything kind of aligned right for Sierra during that night. Sierra not particularly all that great this year, but all their shots were going, and none of the shots were going for DVC. Outside of that, not a lot of close games on the year for the Vikings. That shot off the mark from Victoria Maciel.
That's the any given night a team can beat you, right?
Moncrief again from 17 feet, and that is her spot. Vikings back to the lead. Going back to that point, you're on the road, you're in a hostile environment. This is the host school. You have to factor in that, if it's a tight game down the stretch, we haven't seen one here today, that's going to favor Ventura.
Absolutely. And I think the pace right now favors Ventura.
It's a half-court battle, but credit to DVC. They've made some adjustments, minus their best player, and Zaria Hendricks on the bench for much of this first half with 3 fouls.
Absolutely. Well, she started attacking. They were attacking the basket from the beginning, and then they picked up a couple fouls, and the pace has slowed down. I mean, this is a team that averages 88 points a game.
Yep. Janae Anderson whistled for a foul.
So they've got to find a way to get more possessions. But Ventura is really milking the clock in the half court.
By design, that's for sure. Quintino from 3. Has the green light if she's going to be that wide open. Back the other way, Abdel Kader. Moncrief falls down on the rebound attempt. Sierra Smith gets it back out to McCrary. McCrary gets it back. Goes out on by Quintino. Kick out, Smith from 3.
Nice shot. Real patient offensive set.
Little more room on that 3 than before. The Pirates a little slower to close out.
7-0 run from the Vikings, and they lead it by 5 here with 2:30 remaining in the second quarter.
Abdel Kader playing right now with 2 fouls for Diablo Valley, electing to keep her out there.
Maciel to respond. Pirates needed that one. Victoria with her second triple of the first half. She has 8. Crowd alive here in Ventura. And lead their Pirates on to semifinal Saturday. And dispatching top seed from the north. Moncrief, left-handed shot up, no good.
Good defense.
Landy holds her ground. Tino, Kalpasau, they enter at the high post for Landy. Steps through, kicks back, Kalpasau, 3 in the key. Landy needs to get her foot out.
3 seconds out on the side.
You know, sometimes when you're in the high post, you don't even think that your foot is in the key, and you don't really track it. I know as a post player, during my time, I always kind of had a clock, but you lose that clock when you're not down low. Anderson can't get the finish.
Correct. You're in that space when you're at the high post.
Yeah.
It's not the same feel.
She was in the high post for a while, but apparently did not get the foot out of the area. 1 minute to go here in the first half. Kick back over to Taupasau from 3. The lefty can't get it to go. The rebound tapped around and won by DVC. This is Anderson. Janae kicks it up ahead to Abdelkader. Smith will set up. They're looking for Anderson here. Get her free. Step back 3. I think that was blocked by Victoria Maciel. Terrific defensive battle by both teams here in the first half, and the Vikings still with a 2-point lead, and they've had a pretty cold first half. Talia Taupasau. Larson from 3. Emma Larson with 5 in the first half. Ventura back with the lead at 32-31. Smith will try to respond off the back iron, and will go in at the half. Ventura on top of the 1 seed from the north, 32-31. You're watching the 3C2A Basketball Championships, the State 8 from Ventura.
more than March. It's kinship, resilience, trust. It's love, a feeling of purpose, pure. It's your ode of honor, a melody of madness, until only one remains. The lights go dim, the crowd's roaring, but it's only you. You are the game.
At the half, and Ventura with a 1-point lead. We are joined by Joe Hickey, who works for Diablo Valley, Marcia Foster, Mike Zepeda, and it's been a back and forth affair, and Ventura getting the better of it, and a lot of that due in part to Zaria Hendricks on the bench with 3 fouls.
For sure. It's been an issue every now and again. I wonder sometimes if she gets the benefit of the doubt at the size she is sometimes on offensive fouls, and she's had a bit of an issue this particular game. We saw it against Delta earlier in our season, and somebody else has to step up. In some of those games, it's been a Daisha Abdelkader or a Sierra Smith. Tonight, so far, it's been Leilani Moncrief.
Yeah, Moncrief has had a terrific first half. I believe she leads all scorers. Let me bring it up here. 12 points to lead everybody. CCCAA leading the way for Ventura with 10. And terrific execution, Marcia, for the Pirates in the first half. Specifically in the half court, a great ball movement inside out and getting some open threes, and we saw a 4-point play for Larissa Russell, and then just great team play. And what can we expect here in the second half from both teams?
Well, I think Diablo Valley started off attacking the rim, and shots weren't going down, and then they picked up a couple of fouls. And I think, I talked about there's 4 all-state players out on the floor. Yeah. There's a 29-1 record on the line. They feel a pressure, and they're playing on their opponent's home floor. So there's a lot of pressure. I think Ventura slowed the game down, taking the air out of the ball. And so now you're not getting those, because again, they're averaging in the 80s. You're not getting those opportunities to get up and down the floor. I think we'll see that team from Diablo Valley come out the second half and try to really push the pace. For the state player of the year being on the bench, down 1 point, they're okay.
Yeah, I think you're doing okay. And Joe, you've had a chance to cover a lot of the Vikings this season. Not a lot of close games that they've been in it with good teams up in the north. Maybe a softer schedule, but they did play San Joaquin Delta twice, beat them twice. What did you see down the stretch in those games?
Well, in two of those games, the Sac City playoff and the San Joaquin Delta game that clinched the Big 8 title, Daisha Abdelkader really came alive in the second half. She started driving a lot more. We saw a little of that in the second quarter. In the Delta game, she ended up with 29 points, went off for, I think, 17 in the fourth quarter. So she's certainly a candidate for that sort of thing. We've also generally had better shooting. Janae Anderson's been having a hard time getting loose. She started very strong with those 2 early threes, but has not quite been feeling it since then.
Yeah, 2 of 7 on the day. She does have 6 points, but they need to get her going. But I think if you start sucking in the defense with solid drives, executing in transition, being able to speed up the game, that's going to serve the Vikings well. And I don't expect a lot of that to happen because the Vikings very well coached, and they execute, and they got the better of it in that first half. And we're going to find out in a couple of minutes here at the start of the second half. Coming up, it's the Vikings and the Pirates live on SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, the 3C2A Basketball Championships, the State 8. 1, possession arrow in favor of the Vikings from Diablo Valley, and they have first possession here in the second half. Daisha Abdelkader to the rack, off the mark. Merriweather with a rebound. Zaria Hendricks on the floor playing with 3 fouls, 1 of 3 from the field. With 2 points, Moncrief with 12, Sierra Smith with 7, Janae Anderson with 6, Daisha Abdelkader with 2. Stojanovic off the mark from 3. Hendricks has that one pinned on the rim. Possession back to the Vikings.
Hendricks spent an awful lot of time on the bench with foul trouble in that first half, and you can see a concerted effort to get her into the flow immediately.
Mike Zepeda, Marcia Foster, Jeff Stoynoff with you on today's call. Special thanks to Joe Hickey from Diablo Valley joining us at halftime. Moncrief with a block. Ventura maintains possession. 22 on the shot clock. Plenty of time here. Talia Taufasau looking for a crease. Stojanovic has that one stolen by Sierra Smith. 1-on-1 with Quintino. Lays it up and lays it in. Lead back to DBC. And apologies for the first half pronunciation of Madison Stoyanovic's name. I'll take full credit on that. Taufasau, great find inside. Merriweather with the bank shot up and good versus Zaria Hendricks. And Hendricks playing a little tentative defensively down low, playing with the 3 fouls.
There's a little, she upped the degree of difficulty on that shot, that's for sure.
For sure. Sierra Smith, great find. Abdelkader from 3. And Sierra Smith on the triple, a 2-point lead back to the Vikings. Quintino has it at the high post. She'll score. Knots it up at 36-all. Cece doing some work. She has 12. Smith to the rack. That shot off. Stojanovic with a rebound. Jeffrey, we were talking about the bloodline for Madison, and well, I think you can expand on that.
Well, I deserve partial credit for a mispronunciation because I do remember Stacy Stojanovic on the 1990 Runnin' Rebels team that won the national championship, coming off the bench.
Quintino with the scoop shot. She's fouled by Moncrief. Moncrief saying she pushed off. She's not going to get that call, especially here in Ventura.
3-generation bloodline of basketball talent and knowledge from that family.
Her grandfather was a legendary Santa Clara.
With respect to her great-grandfather, we don't know about that in his basketball talent,
right.
but we know of 3 generations.
Yes.
Shocked me if you wrote the book or was a co-author.
Right.
CC up and good with the 2 free throws. It's a 2-point lead back to Ventura. We're in the 3rd quarter. Blocking foul on Madison Stojanovic.
And we'll talk about this a little later, but Robin Prince, who's a petty officer, 2nd class, a 31-year-old on Ventura's squad, was actually, she does military funerals, and so she served at the late legendary coach Lou Stoyanovic's service.
Thank you, Marcia. That's it's something where you have a player, an older player, come back. She was in the military and just doing great work within the community. And unfortunate the recent passing of Madison's grandfather. Steal for Sierra Smith, looking to tie things up. She'll do just that at 38-all.
It was something that brought the team closer together, though. Next, the kids watch her budget her time, her work, her schoolwork, her basketball, and her being older. This is Robin Prince, and then the experience with Mr. Stojanovic. It just brought them all closer together.
Yeah, and Robin Prince, she's an old freshman at 30 years old, but she comes in and she's setting the tone, and it's a team it only has one sophomore on it, and Larissa Russell, and you talk about feeding off of the maturity on display from Robin Prince throughout the season, and that really helps a squad that's trying to grow quickly. And the turnover is so quick here at the JUCO level, and it's such a credit to have her on the squad and really help this team grow.
Absolutely, and she's gone through so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she was going to play right when she came out of school and had ankle surgeries, and then suffered a nerve injury about 3 years ago, building a bridge in Asia that kind of limits her physical abilities, but the team sees her out here day after day working, and like I said, doing the things that you want adults to do. So it's the best example Coach Mercedes can have for this team.
6:11 to go, 38-all. Ventura with the basketball, baseline out of bounds. Tao Fasal enters into Merriweather. This is CC Cantina from 3, off the mark. Moncrief with a rebound. For Moncrief, that's her 8th rebound. She's approaching double-digit figures in that department. She has 12 on the day. Sierra Smith now with 14. Leads all scores. Hendricks to the rack. Can't get it to go.
Development is if you look on the Ventura sideline, Ned Mercedes is actually into the stands, and it appears that one of the patrons watching the contest there is something of an issue, and Ned Mercedes and of course some of the other members of the staff here working the event are checking that out. But Ned Mercedes is not on the sideline coaching the game, but is dealing with an issue in the stands, and obviously we don't want to speculate on any of the specifics related to that. But for now, the Pirates are without a head coach as the game continues.
Robin Hester assuming the duties of head coach right now. Hendricks good on 1 free throw out of 2. Vikings with a 1-point lead. We wish that patron well. The play on. Taufasau with possession at the top. They lay off of her. She's going to shoot it from 3, and Talia Taufasau with the triple. The lead back to Ventura. Both teams trading blows here in the third. Sierra Smith from 3. The response.
One of the things that makes Ventura's staff so special is the longevity of his staff. And
Taufasau with the travel or jump ball. Jump ball, arrow in favor of the Vikings. Sierra Smith will bring things up. The Vikings with a 1-point lead. Top seed from the north. Sierra Smith comes over to Janae Anderson, gets it back. Anderson is trying to free her up on the baseline. Nice defensive work here by Ventura. Foul on Taufasau. You'll take that foul. You're just trying to disrupt what Janae Anderson wants to do. And a foul like that, disrupts the flow of the ball game, does not allow the Vikings to do what they want to do, which is kind of speed up the game. Paramedics are in the building right now, and that's good to see that very responsive. Great screen from Moncrief to free up Smith. Smith short on the attempt. Contino can't curtail it from going out of bounds. Possession will stay with DVC and a fresh clock. Actually, did that shot hit the rim?
I don't think it did, but I think it might have been just tipped on the shot, which would account for the air ball from about 10 feet.
Shot clock does not reset. 18. Abdel Kader. Over to Hendricks. Zaria playing with the 3 fouls. Half-court set, box formation. They're going to try to feed up Anderson. Anderson with a back cut. There's the circle play. Abdelkader has that blocked. Falandi. Under 4 to go here in the third. CC Contino trying to turn the corner. Moncrief with the steal. It's a great job by Moncrief anticipating the spot. Hendricks thought about shooting a three. Head of steam to the bucket. No look pass stolen by Falandi. And back in 4-3 go.
It is heating up here.
Contino wide open. Larson, corner three. That one off. Falandi trying to work for the rebound. Great box out by Moncrief, but Hendricks can't keep it from going out of bounds. It'll stay with Ventura. Nice job by Larson leaking to the corner. And a great find from Contino. Looking for Larson. Baseline out of bounds. That shot off the mark. Looked like it was blocked by Hendricks. Vikings now with it. Take it to the top of the key. Anderson from three. No. 2 of 8 now on the day. Moncrief with the left hand. No good. Contino. Great job by Falandi going straight up defensively, making life difficult for Leilani.
Good challenge.
To the bucket. Talia Taufasau can't get that one to go. Hendricks with the rebound. She'll bring it up. If she pulls up here through the legs, into the corner. Abdelkader wide open three. That one off the back iron. Terrific
Good
box out by Victoria Maciel.
Again, controlling the pace.
The foul here is on Sierra Smith or Abdelkader trying to be aggressive going over it. On Taufasau. That's Abdelkader's third. Remember going back to our halftime show here, talking with Joe Hickey from Diablo Valley, telling us that Abdelkader has some ice in her veins, very good in the clutch, particularly in the second half. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We did have a medical situation take place. .07 to go, third quarter. Diablo Valley with a 1-point lead on top of Ventura. Developing story here. Ned Mercedes has left the bench to attend to his wife who had a medical incident in the stands. They are attending to her now. Don't know what the status of his presence on the bench will be going forward. Robin Hesser has assumed head coaching duties. And our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Ned Mercedes.
Absolutely. I understand why Coach walked out and was attending to her, and we just wish her the best. And yeah, hard stuff.
And we will apprise you of any updates on that situation as best as we can. And we have some Ventura faithful watching. Ventura with the ball. This is Ladisha Merriweather. That shot blocked by Moncrief. 2 shots coming to Merriweather as Ladisha was fouled. They're going to say by Moncrief.
That was a pretty late whistle.
It was a late whistle.
Yeah, go ahead, press it.
You know, I can see Ned's wife, and she's responding, she's moving, and all that stuff is good.
First free throw up and good by Merriweather. It did look like Moncrief came down on the hand. That free throw ties it up. Merriweather can give Ventura the lead. That one off the back iron. We're knotted up at 42 all. Under 2 to go. We're in the third quarter. Ventura College and Diablo Valley, top seed from the north. The winner punches their ticket to semifinal Saturday. This ball off of the hands of CC Cantino. It will stay with DVC.
That was a really nice challenge by Leilani Moncrief. He's kind of all over the place on the boards.
Smith over to Abdelkader. Smith runs into Abdelkader. Hendricks from 3. Zaria Hendricks now with 6. She's been a little quiet here today, playing with the 3 fouls, plagued with foul trouble, but she starts to get things going. Could spell trouble here for Ventura. High horn set. Merriweather setting a pick for Taufasau. Taufasau trying to come free, picks up her dribble. She finds a wide open Cijanovic on the baseline. She has to dribble out, kicks it up to Cantino. This is going to be a turnover. And the game has really slowed down to a crawl, and I think everybody a little bit in disarray. And more timeouts remaining for Ventura. I want you to think about maybe calling a timeout just to settle everybody down. I know you have the third quarter break coming in under a minute to go. Abdelkader from 3.
I think if they can hold on and stay within range, they want to save those 3 because they keep
coming down.
Yeah,
coming down the wire.
This game's going to come down to the wire.
Cantino for a pick from Merriweather. Rolls back to her left. Fadeaway jumper. That one off the mark. Merriweather taps it first. Hendricks comes down with the boot. Identical shot clock and game clock, so you can assume that's turned off. Looks like DVC going to hold for the final possession here, and I wonder if maybe set up a play for Janae Anderson. 2-man game. Anderson pops here. Oh, she had a moment of opportunity. Instead on the far side over to Moncrief. Hendricks from 3. That one off the mark. 7 seconds to go. But you're going to have to hurry to get a shot off. Taufasau from way downtown shooting a 3. She's going to be fouled on the shot, or
oh, it's called on the
they called it on the ground. Wow. Well, I think they should probably put more time back up there, maybe at least a second. I don't know if the clock stopped right at the whistle.
Well, the Vikings having a foul to give, I suspect that was by design, but Smith seemed somewhat perturbed by the call.
Maybe in that it was going to result in a 3-point.
Point 3 put on the clock, and Cantino can't get that one to go. Great defense by Sierra Smith at the end of 3. Diablo Valley, the top seed for the north, on top of Ventura, 45-42. Back in a moment at the start of the fourth quarter here on SoCal College Sports.
more than March. It's kinship, resilience, trust. It's love, a feeling of purpose, pure. It's your ode of honor, a melody of madness, until only one remains. The lights go dim, the crowd's roaring, but it's only you. You are the game.
Start of the fourth quarter here from Ventura, and the Pirates looking to hold serve on their home court against the top seed in the North, 45-42. The Vikings with a 3-point lead.
Excuse me, Mike. Diablo Valley has done a good job of switching up defenses. They ended the third and man, and they picked up back up in the zone.
Maddie Sijanovic gets to the middle of that zone and exploits it. Cuts the lead for the Vikings down to 1. Smith on the other end. Can't get that shot to go. Sijanovic challenging. And the Pirates can take a lead here.
I'll be a little surprised if the Pirates or if the Vikings stay in a zone defense for very long. The Pirates love to run their offense through the high post, which is a great way to attack a zone defense.
That point story. They enter into Merriweather, collapses the defense. Contino, 12-footer off the mark. Good look. Smith brings it up. Under 9 to go in the fourth. Advocator. Maciel comes out, kick out, Smith wide open, 3 feet set, and she buries it from long range.
Nice penetration, nice kick out.
Textbook inside out play from the Vikings. It's Alpasal. Sijanovic from 3, try to respond, off the glass! And Maddie with the kiss. Back and forth, we continue. Smith, great move, left, right, nice with the right hand over Sijanovic.
It's hard to believe watching Smith that 5 players on this game, on the team, score more points per game than Sierra Smith. That was a big time move.
Smith with 22. Maciel from 3, off the back iron. Abdelkader snatches down the rebound. She wants to push the tempo. From Desha, over to Hendricks. Hendricks, oh, that's a great step through. Finger roll. 52-47. We have a timeout.
No timeout. I've been really impressed with Diablo Valley's pace. Like, they don't have to go fast. I know they're used to scoring a lot of points, but they're really, really good in the half court.
They can go up and down. They can get you in the half court, and the Vikings have a 5-point lead. 7:43 to go. No 43. Diablo Valley, winners of 8 in a row. 29-1 on the season. The Lone Loss came in conference to Sierra. Contino tries to get a shot up. Great box out by Anderson. DVC with it. Looking to add to a 5-point lead. Smith, hesitation to the rack, fouled. She won't get the bucket to go. Looked like Larson got her. I really like the first step from Sierra Smith. She gets from point A to point B in a hurry.
Does.
This free throw off the mark.
I like the energy from the team too. You've seen a lot of hand slapping, a lot of encouragement. You saw it in the first half when they were struggling.
Smith, over 80% of the season from the free throw line. She misses both. The lead remains 5 for Diablo Valley. She's now 2 of 5 from the free throw line. They're looking for Ladisha Merriweather down low. It's a turnover for the Vikings. Merriweather trying to dig it out. Zaria Hendricks, is that going to be a block or a foul? It will be a block. I want to say defensive player Larson in the restricted area. Under 7 to go, and Hendricks going to the line.
She was almost out of bounds.
Yeah.
She was deep, too deep.
Hendricks makes it a 6-point lead for the Vikings. The crowd silent here in Ventura. Second free throw off the mark. Merriweather with the rebound, and Taufasau will bring it up. Merriweather running the baseline.
Ventura needs a bucket.
Maciel gets it back. Great hesitation. Rhythm
There we
three.
go.
Victoria with another triple. That's her third. She has the hat trick on the day. 11 points. She's in double figures. The lead back to 3 for DVC. And the crowd comes alive here at the AEC. Broadcasting live from the campus of Ventura College, and we're going to have a foul called on Larson again. Larson caught one in the nose. Stojanovic, everybody check back in.
That is the 4th foul for Larson.
Larson earned that foul. She went through a couple of people with double screen.
And she got her money's
Yeah,
worth
she
on
did.
that one.
She
That's
did.
for sure. DVC calling out a play. Armando Vaughn directing traffic from the sideline. Smith entering in. They're going for Hendricks. Inside out. Smith back to Hendricks. Hendricks over to Moncrief. 17-footer. That's the shot they wanted. Foul on Quintino. Looked like Sierra Smith maybe just fell down there. We're going to see the play. Well, swiping up, I think, is going to be the call
Right.
on Quintino. She did make contact with Sierra Smith, and upon further review, that is a good call.
Prior to that, that offensive possession was outstanding. Touched everyone's hands.
High IQ basketball. Abdelkader working one-on-one with Stojanovic. Outside, Hendricks from 3. Dagger, no, it's short. Merriweather saves it from going out of bounds. Maciel tracks it down, and Ventura can tie things up with a long one. 5:20 to go. Nail biter here in Ventura. 2-3 zone look. Taufasau from 3, and the tie, no. Long rebound off to Quintino. Another possession for the Pirates. Over to Talia again on the far side. They converge. Maciel, Quintino from 3, no. That's a great ball fake inside. Stojanovic makes it a 1-point lead for DVC.
Not just one extra pass, 2 extra passes leading to the layup.
Everybody on their feet, including the announcers. That one blocked out of bounds by Victoria Maciel. Abdelkader trying to get to the rack. Maciel had other ideas. Might be the best game we've had on the weekend thus far. We had a pretty good one last night with Fullerton and Santa Rosa in the men's bracket.
This has been a really well-played game.
Hendricks with the left hand. Tough shot. Takes the contact. Finishes. Back out to a 3-point lead for the top seed of the North. One more game after this today. It'll be Moore Park in Sequoias. Pass nearly stolen. Victoria Maciel with it, kicks it back to Taufasau, 11 on the shot clock. Talia with the first step, gets past everybody. Sijanovic lays it up and lays it in.
Nice pass.
Great feed from Talia Taufasau, finding Sijanovic. 55-54, under 4 to go. Hendricks, inside out dribble. Quintino stays in front. It's off the mark, and this is going to be a foul. Who's this going to go against? Loose ball foul on Merriweather? Wow. We'll see it one more time. Yeah, Merriweather with a bit of a shove in the back of Moncrief. That's a good call. You see the Viking crowd, or the Pirate crowd, not liking it. Landy will come on. 4th foul on Lavisha. Moncrief with a double-double. The lead back out to 3 for the Vikings, 3:48 to go. Taufasau brings it up. Gets it over to Victoria Maciel. Sijanovic in the short corner. Scoop shot, lefty, no good. Falandi trying to keep it alive, can't secure the rebound. It comes off the Hendricks. Abdul Kader on the dribble, working against Quintino. Anderson from 3. It's a miss. 2 of 9 now for Janae Anderson. Second team foul committed against Quintino. A nice job by Cece not moving the pivot foot after the contact from Moncrief.
That was a great rebound.
Really was in traffic.
Important for Ventura to score on this possession.
Need to see something go in. Sijanovic will come off. Larson back on. Quintino, short corner, Falandi. No. Little long. Outside Anderson, she came free momentarily. Great closeout by Larson. Back to Anderson. Inside Moncrief, left-handed shot, no good. The lead remains 3 for the Vikings. Quintino trying to tie it up with a long one. No good. Hendricks will bring it up. Abdul Kader getting a straight screen from Hendricks. Turns a corner, 10 on the shot clock. Right-handed shot
Great
blocked
defense
by CC Quintino. Long one from Larson off the mark, off of Hendricks, out of bounds. No, saving it. That's Sierra Smith.
Great hustle.
Long one from Smith, off the mark. Quintino, she's been huge down low.
Ventura needs to score on this possession. I know I've said that before.
It's still a 3-point lead, but you're exactly right. They got to score at some point. 1:19 to go. Talia Taufasau gets the layup to go, cuts the lead to 1 for DVC. Trying to get one quickly back the other way. Anderson comes free from 3. That one off the mark now, 2 of 10. Ventura an opportunity to take the lead. You call the timeout here. Robin Hesser likes what he sees, will not call a timeout. Belandi will set a pick at the high post. Taufasau looking for Quintino. She comes free. Bit of a push out there, so a collision. Inside, it's thrown away. Anderson fouled. It's going to be 2 shots coming for Janae Anderson.
Well, they have 3 timeouts left.
Fifth foul on Larson. She'll come off. So Janovic, is that Merriweather getting ready to check back in? I believe it is.
And free throws have been anything but a sure thing so far this weekend.
Again, I've been really impressed with Diablo Valley, like knowing how many points they do average, but their willingness to take what the game gave them and to execute in the half court. It's been really solid. And of course, Ventura's played a great game.
First free throw up and good by Janae Anderson. Well, it looked a little shaky, but she gets it to go. 34 seconds remain. Ventura within striking distance. Shot up and good. It's a 3-point lead for the Vikings. And the Pirates will take a timeout.
And they can really shorten the game right now by advancing the ball, not using that time to bring the ball up the floor.
Yep. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one ourselves. Nail biter at the Athletic Event Center from Ventura. Sideline out of bounds.
Keep an eye on Victoria Maciel, number 14, 3 threes in the game for the Pirates.
For Taufasau. She comes baseline on Abdul Kader. Shot up, no good, but she's fouled. More importantly, a chance to put points on the board. No time coming off the clock here. Fifth foul on Abdul Kader. So enter Jasmine Kong. Haven't seen a lot of her tonight. But Abdul Kader, a big part of what they do in a game that could potentially see overtime.
Yeah, Abdul Kader, unquestionably the point guard on the team, averaging over 6 assists.
In terms of resetting here, Stoy, right to your point, they're going to call a timeout. Will Diablo Valley? They want to talk things over, making sure everybody knows their role. 30 seconds to go. One more free throw to come for Ventura. It's a 2-point ball game. Talia Taufasau. Off the back iron, Quintino battling for the board. It comes to Maciel. Ventura with it. Almost an identical shot clock and game clock. You take a timeout here. Taufasau will keep it herself. Still on the dribble. Looking for some room. Kicks out. This is going to be a timeout called by Robin Hester. Unfortunately, I thought Stojanovic was going to come free, and she did. 12.9 seconds to go.
Yeah, that is perhaps an unfortunate timeout because Stojanovic looked like she was dialing up an open three. She shoots 40% from three-point range. That might be exactly the shot you end up wanting here.
Correct.
Ventura.
Well, easy to say now. I think earlier, they probably should have called a timeout. They elect to do so and reset the offense.
Yeah.
Ventura's done a great job throughout this ball game executing. So getting a good shot here, they don't necessarily need the three. Don't mind that timeout, wanting to set up a high percentage too to tie the ball game up.
Yeah.
And you have those moments as coaches where you call a timeout and your player makes a shot and you're like, sorry about that.
Well, obviously.
Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, okay, nice
obviously, with the action going on across the court, Rob Hester can't make that call in that kind of real time. But as it turned out, it looked like a good shot was coming.
Baseline out of bounds. Merriweather on the inbound. They go back to Quintino. Quintino with a double-double in this one. 14 points, 13 rebounds. Taufasau up on the rim. Merriweather with a rebound. Contact there off the top of the backboard. 1 second to go. They're going to say it touched the top of the backboard and something. Well, if it touches the top of the backboard, top's fine. It didn't touch any cables or anything. Why are they whistling? It's a jump ball and the arrow in favor of DVC. Warning on Robin Hester getting out of the coaching box here. Well, I think they got to talk this over because that ball did not go back beyond the back of the backboard. We'll have a great shot of it here. It touches the top of the backboard. There's nothing back there. It can touch the top. That's not out of bounds.
No,
is that correct?
That's not out of bounds.
I mean, if it hits a cable, that's a different story. It did not touch anything but the top of the backboard. There should not have been a whistle blown. Well, it's been a high drama affair, and we're going to have a little controversy here at the end of it.
Yeah, and if the whistle is blown, it's something of an inadvertent whistle. It becomes that. How do you award the ball anything other than a jump ball? Because you can't give the ball to the Pirates, can you, in that situation?
No, because I think the rebound was in question.
Right.
This is where we need instant replay.
Well, hey, we just had it. Hey, can we see that one again from the same angle, Emery? Emery Johnson, Ryan Wilmore. Great shot of it here. Who secures the rebound here is what I want to know.
It looks like it comes off to Ventura. It was Taufasau who ends up with it.
Yeah. That's unfortunate because Taufasau could just put it up on the rim and said there's a whistle, and that's incredibly unfortunate. Another timeout called here, and this is exactly why you would want a replay.
That's what I'm talking about. Not like us just seeing it here, but down on the table, that's how you could amend the call.
But while we're here, let's say that we had replay. How do you resolve that? Is that Pirate basketball then? What do you do?
It is Pirate basketball because they secured the rebound.
They had the rebound. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking a little bit like a fumble in football where it's like, how do you know if somebody stopped playing because the whistle came in? And you never really know that for sure, and it's hard to, I think it's a hard call no matter what, but interesting to see it on the replay and see that clearly did not go over the backboard.
We're going to have another discussion here. No, we're having
She's trying to draw an offensive foul. It's a great move.
Quintino trying to turn the tide here. Ventura down by 2. Be a hard luck loss. What might have been.
And I think if you're Hendricks, you just want to get this one inbounds, preferably towards your own basket. That's perfect.
The top seed from the north will move on.
Great game, though. It was
albeit
a great game.
A little controversy. Unfortunate that it came to what it did. And the Vikings prevail on top of the host team, Ventura, 59-57. We're going to step away for a couple moments here, and we'll come back with a little more on this one. Back in a moment. 59-57, Diablo Valley escapes Ventura. Albeit a little controversy at the end. Had a shot hit the top of the backboard. We're going to play the replay for you here. We'll cue that up. At the end, a shot hits the top of the backboard. Ladisha has it hit the top of the backboard, and we have a referee come in and whistle. Now, we're trying to get clarification on the rule. Marcia, you're saying that it's not supposed to be a dead ball or it's supposed to be a whistle there, only if it hits something as part of the apparatus, but it did not. It just hit the top of the backboard. What's the ruling?
Well, that's my understanding. I would like some clarification because I think it has to hit some other part that is out of bounds for it to be out of bounds.
Like a shot clock, for
Correct.
instance.
We don't have many things that hit the top of the backboard and have that ruling.
And come back into play.
Correct. But if it's not an infraction, then it's Ventura's ball. They rebound the ball and there's an opportunity to shoot.
Yeah, because after that play, Talia Tapasau came down with that rebound for Ventura. They probably should have had at least one more crack at it with a second to play. Unfortunately, no advent replay here, and Ventura comes up on the short end of it. They lose by 2 here in the quarters.
Yeah, unfortunate for Ventura, as it turns out, as that was really their only chance, because by the time, with 1 second remaining, and then Diablo Valley was able to move it down to their end of the court, in reality, then the Pirates, even with a steal, wouldn't have been able to muster much of a chance. So that was their only chance as it happened. But I think it's important also, and I'm sure we all agree, that we don't want to cloud the issue with the fact that Diablo Valley did a terrific job in that fourth quarter down the stretch, withstanding a push from a very good team, showing their mettle as a top seed. And honestly, guys, from this weekend, why would we expect anything different? City College of San Francisco survived a tough one to get by. Santa Monica, Fullerton survived a tough one last night to survive. So all I could say to Moorpark coming up is expect to survive a tough one if you're lucky here based on what we've seen.
And before we turn the page, we want to again send our thoughts and prayers to the Mercedes family. Coach Ned Mercedes, his wife had a medical episode in the stands, and he left the bench. Robin Hester ended the game as the head coach for Ventura, and we want to wish their family. We're part of the Ventura family. We have been for many years, and just they're in our thoughts throughout the day and throughout the weekend moving forward. And speaking of moving forward, Moorpark, the top team in the state, will take on Sequoia's game 4 on the day coming up. We'll rejoin you on our channel, SoCal College Sports 1 on YouTube. SoCalCollegeSports.com is the site, and it's the 3C2A 2019 Basketball Championships here from Ventura. For Jeff Stoynoff, for Marcia Foster, for the entire crew here at SoCalCollegeSports.com. Thank you for watching. See you in a minute.